Hello. I'm fine, thanks. I'm fine, thanks. I'm happy. I'm great. I'm happy to be here. My greatest achievement. I don't. Maybe I can like compile it into a thing, a bucket. I think it's just living out my dream. I didn't plan to be a musician. It wasn't in my radar growing up. But I just feel like I've done well. I feel I've done well. I like the fact that I've done this for almost a decade plus. I started when I was 18. Yeah, to be like a professional artist. But I've done well. I've done well. I love that the fact I have like an international audience now. I've traveled because of my music. My latest performance was for the Pope in Italy. So that was cool. That also goes up there as one of my best moments. Yeah, I love that I've done well. I've made myself proud. I have 3 children, 2 outside, one inside. um, my first son, they're boys, mini mama boys, and they're toddlers, and their gap is so small. So I'm in the ghetto, guys. I'm in the deeps. My firstborn son is a full-blown extrovert. Like he's loud and expressive and jumpy, and he's a lot like me. Yeah. And then my second son is so calm, so quiet. My husband and I keep making this joke that it's just like, he's like, happy to be here. Thanks for having me. Glad to be in this family. Because it's just like always looking at us and just being in awe of us without saying much. Yeah, so those are the two very extreme opposites of people I have brought into this world. Yeah. No, in no way, shape, or form. If I could give a bit of a backstory, I was in uni. I'd actually taken a long time off uni because of music and traveling. And then I was like, I need to go back and finish. So I go back to uni. But while this is happening, I was having conversations with Universal Music. So they were coming, they wanted to sign me. So we were doing a lot of back and forth, back and forth. So I finished my degree because I told them I need to finish uni fast. I can't commit until my schooling is done. So I finish, and then I find out I'm pregnant. So that was not the plan, Like I was supposed to sign this deal. I was supposed to move. I was supposed to go and just start this new life. And then so I tell them I have befallen into an oven, become one. And then, do you know I was ghosted ever since? Yeah. To this day. That was crazy. So I would say I wasn't ready at the time because where I was envisioning myself going was like, this is where I'm going. This is where I'm taking my career. This is what I'm about to do. At the same time, the concept of motherhood and marriage was very far-fetched for me. I was like, I'll get married, but one day, it felt like one day. But here I am now doing it and learning as I go. Yeah. That question is very weird to me because I just feel like I have been. Like I haven't tried to fit or to exist a certain way. And I say this because when I did have my first son, as I said, it was very unexpected. And at that time, COVID was happening. So it means as a musician, I wasn't out playing gigs, so I wasn't making income for a huge chunk of time. And I always said I'll say this just as a testimony for God's goodness, because God really took care of me in that time and really took care of me as somebody who's morphing into this new role as a mom. I did take a bit of a step back from the industry. People always ask where I went to, but I felt the need to just go through that process uninterrupted. It was also circumstantial at the same time. It wasn't like a planned, I will leave the industry, but it all kind of combined into going one way. So I think by the time I sort of started getting back, I had sort of like lived that life outside the public, and had learned to just create my own little world outside. But I think something that was happening inside me that was stirring in my spirit was the fact that I felt like I needed to get to a place of acceptance to accept that this was my life. As I said, it was unexpected. And even true to add at the time was like, Sasa, wow, you know? But I needed to work on acceptance that this was my life. Because I realized when you have kids and they're young and they're all at the same time, it's a very demanding time. So I think God has been teaching me to stop living the life for the life I thought I should be having, and to start living the life I actually do have, which is this is where I am now. And these are the demands that are on me now. And the more I settle into that acceptance, the more it emboldens me in how I show up, the more authentically I can show up. And I have done this in my space, in this entertainment space, as we call it, because even as I was not even actively singing, I was working behind the scenes. I've been a talent executive for a while now. So that's just how I would say it. I didn't have like a moment of, I'm back, guys, and this is my banging body. No, not really. I've just been through a process. And I think the process was so brutal on me, that adjustment, that I think I was just happy to come out alive and strong and to be able to do what I love all over again. And thankful for genetics as well. To be honest, I don't take that for granted, but we've always been petite in my family. So I just feel like I just came back, you know? Yeah, so yeah. Imagine, who am I even? I am just but children having children. What is this? That question is layered. I am ready to be a mom and a five when I look at the support system I have. I have an amazing, amazing spouse. I thank God that both our moms live in Nairobi. So at Asai, today I just dropped my kids off at my mom's for midterm. And I'm like, freedom. You know, I'm glad for the support that we have very readily available. My mom is just like, just bring them. Don't show up with anything. Bring them. And it's so nice that you can even get, you know, a break during broke months. And so I'm ready in that regard. It's just, I think my fear has been just having toddler energy in the home all at once and feeling like, oh my God. And I think my most scary part is usually the first like 6 to 8 months post-birth, that postpartum period. I feel like for my first son, I really struggled. I really, really struggled. I had so many blues. I was bordering a bit of postpartum depression. We were struggling with breastfeeding, extremely struggling. Like, my gosh, it was so bad. My girlfriends had to like changa for me to go see like a specialist because my son was barely feeding and he was hungry all the time, which meant he was crying all the time. And then this is the time I'm not making a lot of money because it's COVID. So then formula is out of the question. So I feel like we really, really went through a rough patch with that one. But as I had my second, it's gotten easier. And I think with the third, it's much easier because you're just like, well, you meet me on the way. Me, I'm not like, let's go. Me, I'm a pro at this. Meet me on the way of my life, you know? Yeah. Motherhood has definitely changed my artistry. My heart is open. It's more open than it's ever been. I have this analogy whereby, you know how our moms are always like, oh my God, hata unipigi simu, hata unitafuti. I'm like, excuse me, I'm a 30-something-year-old person. I don't know why you are feeling like I don't have a life. But I think I started to realize the muscle that's love starts to grow for your children when they're young. And the muscle grows and grows and grows because you are in practice of love, you know, and love in the very literal sense that's sacrificial and deed. So your heart grows and grows and grows and grows. Your children grow up and they leave. But that muscle is already there. Like it needs somebody to serve and, you know, it needs somebody to grow. And that's why our moms are still always, because I remember us as the day we came out of the hospital, you know. So for me, I would say that's what has been happening. My heart has really expanded. So my lens of the world is very empathetic, compassionate. Somehow I can't even watch horror movies. Like I can't watch scary things. I don't even watch like movies because of certain themes because they affect me deeply because I make it a deep conversation all of a sudden. I'm like, why is this child going through trauma? You know, everything is now suddenly deep. And so that has poured into my music. I recently released an EP last year. It's called Tattoo. So it's 3 songs. And in Tattoo, I'm really addressing themes. One of the songs there is called Mama na Baba, which is about just parenting. And I think it's this reflection of where I'm a whole new being. I'm not the person I used to be. And this process has largely contributed to this transformation that's happening in my life. And I'm more emboldened because now I feel like I have people I'm looking out for. And so it gives me courage every day to be a mom. I mean, I could. But yeah, I am going to release. I think part of my strategy this year is to really be more in front of people's faces, release a lot more music, kind of reignite the brand again. So I'm going, I think actually starting this month going forward, there'll just be a new song going. And then I also have a concert with a bunch of babes. We're called Songs in Harmony. So it's Chemutai, Sage, Rubinina, and Mudaka. I want to dedicate this to all the moms, anybody who's in a patch. I know we have, it's like a common experience, but that's very unique. You know, people are going through, some are going through postpartum depression, some are struggling to be the mom. It's a whole, the spectrum is wide of the challenges that come with motherhood. But this is for you so that you don't give up, okay? Let me find a key. I just can't hear it. There will be mountains that I will have to climb, and there will be battles that I will have to fight. But victory or defeat, it's up to me to decide. But how can I expect to win if I never try? I just can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. And nobody told me the road would be easy. And I don't believe he's brought me this far to leave me. Do not give up. You're a bomb, mom. Hey, mama. Bye.